It's been crocodiles looking exactly like this for nearly 200 million years. So it's been a very successful water's edge predator. One of the first things I wanted to explain to people is this difference. People say, well, the difference between an alligator and a crocodile. And the differences are actually very slight in the structure. And there's a picture here of an alligator snout. And what you can see here is that the main difference is the alligator snout is broad and the teeth in the bottom sit into sockets. The true crocodiles have a narrow constriction here with the teeth sticking up the side. That's around about the only real difference. All these stories about their jaws work different ways and things are just nonsense. Alligators, of course, don't get anywhere near as big as these, and there's two species, one in the US and one in China. The China one's only tiny. They've been separated like for 64 million years, that alligator line and the crocodile line. So they're physiologically, they're quite different. And saltwater crocodiles, whether that line evolved from a marine ancestor, because some of the crocs used to be like dolphins and, there was such a diversity. And so there's some evidence to suggest these crocs did evolve from a marine ancestry and they kept the salt glands. But alligators, that whole group of crocs, alligators and caimans, they don't have the salt glands, whereas all the crocs have it even if they don't live in salt water. One of the problems that we found here was when crocodile farming started, it was a new industry and there was a lot to discover. And the alligator people always seem to be able to grow these big alligators like this in no time flat. And we were growing these little salties like this and it didn't make sense. And so everyone tried to copy the way the alligator people were doing it. But eventually we got alligators over and raised them side by side in the same technology, and they still grew really big relative to the salties. So it wasn't a raising technology problem, it was an alligator crocodile problem, that they needed different things and responded to different things in different ways. Alligators have a very short activity period because they live in the US where it's cold. In the south of the US, you get a winter. And so if you keep them warm and feed them all the time, they do really well. But if you keep salties warm and feed them all the time, by comparison, they don't do that well. Some of the animals need a winter.